What God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. 2019, we moved to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia City. So 2020, we decided to open a daycare center, my husband and I. We thought it was going to be a very easy process, but along the line, it was a very complicated process because we have to deal with the city. And anything, if you're dealing with the city, all they want is money. So we started the process, we rented this building and everything was fine. Towards the ending, I realized that I don't have anybody coming in to ask me, what are you guys selling? No customers, no parents. Usually I believe this happens in every part of the world. If you have a building, or if you have a business, that you're about to start a business in a particular neighborhood, people will come to you. You have people coming to you for a job. You have people coming to you, to make an inquiry what you guys are doing. But in our own situation, nobody was coming. We kept praying about it because my husband is a pastor. So if a sister in our church, gave me this prayer line. But I didn't bother to check it out because, my husband is a pastor and we prayed. We pray a lot. But so when we started the whole thing, after I got my license, I started doing advert. I did a lot of advert on Facebook, paid a lot of money. No children. I did advert on Instagram. No children. I put a signboard out and now enrolling. No children. I did advert on Google. No children. I said, what is going on? So I said, let me try it because I tried the prayer line one time. But the energy, the prayer, I'm like, oh my God, this is too much. So I stopped and I'm like, being a pastor's wife, you know how it's gonna look like. They'll be like, oh, probably maybe kind of bring some image to my husband, like maybe we're not praying. And I know we do pray every day. So I didn't join the prayer line. But later, when I realized that, oh my God, this is not a joking matter, because we spend a lot of money on this daycare thing. We spend a lot of money, Pastor Jerry. Sometimes I'm like, this is more spiritual, because how can you have a business and you spend a lot of money, and I did a lot of advert. And mind you, there's a group that I joined on Facebook. The group is a daycare forum group. I see a lot of daycare owners. They will share their testimonies. They always share how they get a lot of enrollment, and it's through Facebook. So I did all these things and nobody is coming for me. Nobody. So I remember that I joined the prayer line the first time, and the man of God said that you don't want to do it, that you have to do it God's way. That you might want to do it the way everybody is doing it, but you have to do it God's way. So that word, I hold on to that word. I said, this word might be for me. So I started praying. Then every time the man of God said, pray and fast, I will pray and I will fast. So every time I pray and fast, one or two parents will call me, jokingly, Pastor Jerry. Then I have my daycare full. Now I'm so full to the point that I had to start telling God that, God, I don't want children again. I started having problem with staffing. So I started bringing on, every time we pray and communion, the pastor would say, ask for 3 things. Then I will, as I said, God, I need a staff. I need a better staff. I need a staff that is like me. I need a staff that will take this job more than ever. I need a staff that will take this job as if it's their own business. Pastor Jerry, the Lord gave me staff. In fact, most of the staff that I have now, they know a lot better than I do. These are people that have 10 years experience, 21 years experience. They will come to me and say, Mrs. D, we have to do it this way. I'll say, just do it anyway. Oh, Lord of mercy. So now, I have so much strength that I have to keep telling God that, Lord, this is too much. So the main testimony is, when I put in the drawing for the city, for the basement, the man that did the drawing indicated in the drawing that I'm not going to use the basement. Pastor Jerry, am I not going to use the basement? The basement alone cost me like $25,000 to renovate it. And a friend of mine told me that without the basement, I can't get my license. Every time I do it, this costs me money, Pastor Jerry. Already, it costs my husband and I, it cost us like $60,000 to get that basement in a working position. So I key into that. I said, Lord, you have to do this for me. So I started praying. I think last week, Pastor Jerry said we should pray and fast. So I got to the city. The lady was acting like, the city people, they want to act as if they are the one that hold on to your breakthrough. I was standing in front of her. I started saying, what God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. This morning, Pastor Jerry, this morning, pray, mercy prayer. I said, Lord, please show me mercy. I said, God, this morning you must do something. So when I go to the daycare center, everything was going on great, and I got a call, private call, and I picked it. He said, is this Mrs. The Grace Chakes? I said, yes, this is the Grace. He said, okay, we got your permit, blah, blah, blah. You have been approved to use the basement. You can pick your CO, your certificate. Pastor Jerry, people that don't understand, this CO means another money for me. CO means another children in the daycare center. Yaka. When you are making like 25,000 and now you're talking about making $40,000 in a month. Hey, it's a long journey for me, coming from Nigeria and coming to United States of America, and now I own a business. I can put food on people's table, running, like, have so many staff, and the second daycare is in process, because now I am so full to the extent that I have waiting list. People are telling me I'm 5-star on Google. 5-star, Pastor Jerry. Jesus, I just want to thank God. God is so faithful.